Optics compensation is really different from the other distort effects. It's a real standout, especially if you're into photography, if you're into camera work, if you're into compositing. This effect is very important. You see, a lot of times when you're taking pictures or using a video camera, the edges will get distorted. They will kind of have like a pin cushiony effect, especially with like a fisheye lens, a real wide angle lens. And so what happens is when you try to composite two elements together, you want to make sure that they have the same optics. So you want to make sure that if you're compositing some 3D CG work that probably wouldn't have that distortion into a scene that did have that distortion, that you could add that distortion later. And that's what the optics compensation effect is for. So we have a non-real world example, just a simple example so we can get the idea, and then a more real world example. So what we're going to do is add optics compensation to this solid. Just to get an idea of what the effect is doing, we're going to increase the field of view. So what we're going to do is basically add that pin cushion distortion to the solid. And you can see these edges kind of retracting and bubbling up and curving as if we had a fisheye lens here. Now we could do some cool, funny, goofy tricks with this too, and we could move the effect control point around, and it looks like there's like a TV screen kind of doing weird things and stuff. So there's also some fun, playful things you can do with this, but I don't want to focus on that in this movie. I'm going to go to the next comp now, Fish Eye. Basically, this is a shot that I took with my camera here, and then I took this over Snoqualmie Falls in Washington. That's Snoqualmie Falls over there, just beautiful. And I just got a new fisheye lens, and it's a junky lens, but it's fun to play with, so I was playing around with it. So what we're going to do, obviously this is extremely distorted. This is a terrible, terrible shot, but I wanted to use this on purpose because it is such an exaggeration. So I'm going to take optics compensation, apply this to this layer, and I'm going to increase the field of view again. And as I do so, you're going to see that basically optics compensation is only adding to the problem. It's basically just exaggerating the bubbly fisheye look that was already there. However, if we come over here to reverse lens distortion, then oh, look at that. What this is going to do, the field of view is actually going to reverse the optics compensation. So it's going to take these curved lines and make them straight again. Isn't that amazing? Yes, yes it is. Now I'm going to turn on optimal pixels. What that's going to do is kind of crunch everything, make everything fit in our scene, and we could see then a little bit more these curved lines here and really what this effect is doing. And let's increase that even more here until we get some straight lines. Isn't that just remarkable? So optics compensation is used to compensate for optics, and it can do it in either way. It can add to lens distortion and create it from nothing, so you can composite CG imagery that's usually too clean with stuff like this that does have lens distortion, or if you have it in a shot, you can remove it. And as you can see here, this works remarkably well.